My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. We've still got achievements we need to get done. We were trying to do one last episode and it, let's say, didn't work. Minimalist was the one that we ended up trying to go for, beat the game with a 5-card deck or smaller. But the one we were initially trying to go for was Who Needs Relics? Beat the game with a single relic. Also got the option to go for Ooh Donut, finish Donu off with a feed. Now, if you are going to beat the game with a 5 deck card or smaller, or finish Donu off with a feed, both of those are things you want to do with the Ironclad. And Who Needs Relic? Might also be worth trying. So, obviously, you have to decide which of them you're going to do at the very start, right? If you don't get offered a feed, then maybe don't pick up relics. Like, it's difficult. It is difficult. I think initially I'm just going to start by thinning down my deck. I'm going to try and leave myself open to do any of the options. There's only 2 elite paths. One question, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they're all the same, effectively. Yeah, pretty much all paths here are the same. I just get more diversification later on if I go down this path. So far, this is tending more towards a minimalist deck. Try and win the game with only 5 cards. Okay, easy kill. I mean, I do need to add something to my deck here. It's just whether or not I take... Well, it's whether or not I do take the flex, right? Because flex limit break can be my win condition. I'll take a flex. Okay, we'll become cursed with doubt, because I can just cut in and immediately remove something. Well, I mean, Shuriken, Flash of Steel, we're being offered a deck that could be super thin. I can't take Shuriken, though. Well, the deck is just slower without it, right? Alright, we'll take Flash of Steel, and now we just need to remove cards until our only cards are Flash of Steel and Dual Wield. Alright. There's no need to take any damage. Beautiful. Nope. I mean, that would be... See, right now, Rage is a really good card in our deck, because we're intending on having this deck be ridiculously light on defenses. So while I try and get my Flash of Steel and Dual Wield ready, I can use Dual Wields along with the Rage in order to keep myself protected. Alright, let's Smith. First upgrade is actually going to be on Rage. See if we can kill this Louse in time. Easily done. Sure, Bash Strike. Not gonna get lethal following this, unfortunately. It'd have to be like a ridiculous hand. Yeah, it's definitely not this one, unfortunately. We've already taken 6 damage this fight, so we want to do the rest of this flawless if at all possible. Fully defended. Thank you, Rage. Alright, beautiful. Disarm does remove itself from your deck. Clash works in this deck also. So again, that's an intermediate card. That's a card that's just going to try and take us a bit further of the way. And then hopefully we drop it later. If all works out well. We've got no AoE in this deck. Okay. Beautiful. Take you out. And probably going to take us more than just one turn. we'll start working on the front sentry. Yep. Because I think it'll take as long to get a kill on that front sentry. Or rather, I thought it would take so long to get a kill on that front sentry that we would be killing it on a turn where it's doing its attack. Yeah. Show me... Yeah, I mean, double defense on the only turn it's attacking. Fine, fine, fine. Flex, double strike. I've still got days in my deck, right? Yeah, I've got 2. It's possible I get a hand that doesn't have... Damn it. The follow-up to that was going to be has Clash, but does not have any... Am I going to remember the name of the card? Gosh, has Clash, but doesn't have any Dazed. 2 rests. No, we need more question marks. Do Voodoo Doll for each curse in your deck. Get 1 strength. We're not going to be using that, hopefully. Okay. We need to kill these 2, definitely. Because the other ones we can just stall against for a while. Because as long as we protect ourselves against, you know, 4 damage a turn, we'll be fine. Alright, Rage. Easily done. 24 block out of that one. This is only going to get higher. Rage is pretty important in this deck. None of the rest of that, though. Alright. Flex. 10, 12. We're going to be just short of killing one of you. That's fine. Sets you up for the flash later. Speaking of. Excellent. And then we'll just heal the 6 after fight. We're fine. Beautiful. It's just, it can't be anything except for dual wield and Flash of Steel. The Flex and the Rage are helpful along the way, but they're not the ultimate goal of this deck. 10-7. I mean, I can use this to kill this frontliner. So I probably should. And we're also now completely defended as well. Thank you, Rage, again. Alright, fine. It's gonna be annoying, but annoying isn't that bad. Shouldn't have used a defend there. In fact, I would have been able to kill if I hadn't. Now, weakness potion? Does that go in this deck? Does that go in my potion slots, rather? We get primarily our defense from Rage, and Rage is not affected by Dex. So, yeah, I think we can get rid of the Dex potion. Let's flex, bash, clash, flash. Beautiful. No one rides for free, my friends. None of that, though. Now, we do need upgrades. I'm going to upgrade Flex, because we do play a lot of attacks each turn. The bosses are going to be the real stopping points for this. Oh, garbage hand. The bosses are going to be the real stopping points for this run. I'm actually going to use the Strength Potion in this fight, because it is going to be rough. Rage, and I've got a couple low-cost attacks. I think I actually just Rage. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him down. I could get him down with this attack. Yeah, I should. I should. Alright, we need our attack more rather than we need our defense. So, attacking the backline target there so that we are weakened for fewer turns is a better idea. Alright, Rage turns up at the right time. Thank you, Rage. And it looks like we aren't going to be able to do this flawlessly. If I dropped a weaken on you, you would go down to 12, 12, 7. Right. If I'm not doing it flawlessly, there's no reason to try and take no damage at all. Awesome. Three strikes is 24. Yeah, that'll put you below splitting. Was wondering whether I was raging or not that turn. Ooh, the wounds. Again, no need to perfect the fight. We've already lost that race. Feed. All right, we'll take feed because it's going to make us more resilient. You want to know the problem here? I have to choose whether or not I go for feed against Donu and Decker or the small deck right now. Because the small deck, ideally, is Flash of Steel, Clash, Rage, Flex, Dual Wield. That's my opening hand. I would be able to infinite from then on out. Problem is, that feed now means that going for Donu and Decker is much more viable. The obvious reason that I have to decide now is because if I take Cursed Key, then I'm in a better position to go for the feed. If I take Runic Dome, I'm in a better position to go for the infinite. I'm going to go for the infinite. I'm trying to not add curses to my deck so that I can try and do this. We do need to hit up every shop so we can start removing a lot of cards from this deck, though. Actually gonna do a Swift Potion here. Flash. Flash. Strike. Sure. Didn't really go how I wanted it, but that's fine. Not everything always does. If I'd done that in the opposite order, I would have been fine now. I thought I had 3 energies, so that's why I didn't do it in the opposite order. No, I was obviously just saving it so that I could use feed for the kill. Yeah, strategy, not idiocy. Strategy. That's defense. Can we deal? Yeah, we can. Awesome. Nope. I'm afraid that we'll take none of that garbage. We are looking for something very specific. Again, none of this garbage. We should remove defense first. We're using rage for our defense. And I do just want to go to another shop immediately so I can remove another card. Well, I don't know which one of these is going to try and screw me over, so let's go for that. One, two, three. Floor. A lot of damage as expected. Excellent. Hey, alright, now we should not. We don't have 3 attacks in this hand. Damn. Hey, but we are still covered for all incoming damage. Beautiful. And again. And then we'll just kill. Nope. Obviously, at these shops, we're also looking for the possibility of picking up... whatchamacallit? Dual Wield. Without picking up Dual Wield, it's just remove. And save my money so that I can try and later encounter a shop where I can remove the Dual Wield. Alright, Flex. 18, 10, 10s, 38. 14 on top of that is 52. So I can actually go for one of the higher HP targets. Beautiful. This is going to be a rough fight, actually. The enemy is getting more buff each turn. It's going to be difficult to keep up with. This is actually less overkill. And now I'm going to take a little bit of damage. Yeah, 4 hit. This is going to be a 12 damage attack. Which means as long as I play a bash and a strike, I'm fully defended. And I also have the vulnerability for the upcoming turn. Defend, flex, clash. Nope. If this had an unceasing top, anger would have a place in this deck, but it doesn't, so it doesn't. I will weaken the enemy because it is possible that it actually overwhelms me here. It's actually also quite likely that I should use this strength potion. Because in the hands that I don't have in rage, or rage rather, we're actually kind of sitting ducks. I'm not going to be using feed anymore, I guess. Safe against that hit. Yep. Here's Clash in a hand with a wound. We're screwed. If I could have used it right there, I would have saved myself a lot of HP. Alright, Gambling Chip. At the start of each combat, discard as many cards as you'd like and then draw that many. That is going to help us get a more reasonable opening hand. We're not going to be using any of those, thank you. We need our attacks to be more potent. If this dual wield doesn't show up, then this build is dead already. I just have to keep going with the assumption that at some point it will turn up. That was close. Guess I shouldn't have thrown all my strikes. That said, there is now just a feed in there, so that's handy. We'll take 10 damage this turn, 20 next turn if we don't do any defending, and we can't, really. I mean, that's 3 block there. 3 away from being able to firebomb for the kill there. Enemy's trying to do 10 damage this turn. Had to have the days in the same head as my Clash. 10 damage plus a little bit of block. None of that again. Vajra at start of each combat, gain 1 strength. That's handy. It's handy to have. Relics are really important. Can't take it. Can't take it. I can't add a curse to my deck right now. Right, Smith. Let's upgrade the feed so I can get more permanent max HP. I think I've successfully fed like 3 times. Gonna have to fight here, unfortunately, because I need my money for card removals. Oh, God, I just immediately accepted this hand, didn't I? I don't want Rage in this hand, because now I have to play it. Okay. 23, 8. Crumbs. And I'm 1 short of actually being able to kill Bear as well. God. The 1 short is courtesy of the fire potion that I could have also used. Really? Alright, I don't want to take 20 damage, so I'm going to use a firebomb here. We'll use the red mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weakness to all enemies. Again, nothing that I'm looking for. I'm going to all of these shops, and I'm going to all of these fights so that I can try and find a very specific card, dual wield. It's not even super rare. It is rare. I'm not going to get you wrong on that one. Now, I did my draw after the Clash there because I didn't want the possibility of drawing Clash and not... of drawing a skill that would have prevented me from playing Clash. Game, please. Just give me the dual wield, and I can continue to try and thin this deck out. If you don't give me the dual wield, I can't. Alright, 23, 11s, 34, 8, 42, 17. Alright, so I've got lethal on someone. Wait, but do I have a construction of this that does lethal without the Flash of Steel? Alright, so we've got 34 plus 17 is 51. Okay, so as long as I go for this target first, then I can Flash of Steel to set up killing another target later. Defend bash. Beautiful. Take 1 damage this turn. But now with rage and this hand, we should be fine. Yep. 24 defense. Don't mind if I do. Make sure to finish off with the Clash. And again, nothing that I want. Game, please. I'm trying so hard. Work with me here. Flash of Steel gets 3 more damage, and while we do always play it, I think we're going to have difficulty against this upcoming boss, so I'm going to rest. I want my more powerful attacks to open here. Feed is probably time to get Feed out of my deck. I will actually use my Strength Potion, so I've missed 2 damage by not using that earlier. But I'm going to get Feed out because I just want to cycle through my other cards faster. Just short of being able to kill it with fewer attacks. That is. Okay, you've taken Rage, which is my primary form of defense. So not particularly pleased about that. There's my Rage back. Enemy's starting to get a little more buff. It's fine. Let's flex Flash first. Unfortunately, I don't know what the enemy is going to try and do this turn. I think it's actually going to try and do the giant attack, which is what I'm scared about. I am eventually probably going to need the bash effect there. Okay, that's not a giant attack. It's a big attack, but it's not a giant attack. I do need to play Rage this turn anyway. Okay, this is going to be a huge attack incoming. This is going to be the Hyper Beam. So any and all defensiveness I can clobber together is going to be necessary. Yep. 17. Rough. But finally, we can actually start bashing the target and get the vulnerability on them. They have to use a turn stunned here, because the Hyper Beam stuns them for a turn. Then I think they actually recharge before they attack again. So I'm going to go all-out attack. Nope, they attack. Damn. I thought they were going to go for the self-inflame buff before they, again, tried to go for the Hyper Beam. It's okay. That was an attempt. Remove a card from my deck gets me closer to 1 goal. Sure. See, the difficult thing is trying to keep yourself alive while you set stuff up. Rage did an excellent job of doing that for me. I've got a much greater appreciation for Rage recently. But it still wasn't enough to carry me over the line there. None of those form the basis for the kind of deck we're looking for. Alright, I'm going to really hope that I've got the ability to remove a card soon. Because Doubt in a... Actually just going to kill here. Doubt in a Ironclad deck is just brutally bad. Alright. Super weakened. And that's lethal, though. I'm going to take Rampage right now. I'm hoping it's not my win condition. But I've got elites coming up, so I really need something to work with here. Now, we do have the option here for Apotheosis Bottled Lightning, but I'm hoping that I don't need Apotheosis. It's very important that I use Doubt there. Ornamental Fan could be good as well. It's effectively like a rage for me. Like a very bad, but a rage nonetheless. Or I could just go Headbutt Apotheosis and try and make this a larger deck. But then I need to rely on Feed and Donu and Decker turning up. This is going to keep me alive for a very long while. Great to have Rampage in the opening hand here because you can use it without waking up the enemy. Should have done Headbutt. No, shouldn't have done Headbutt first. It wouldn't have changed anything. Everything's upgraded. Rampage. Headbutt. Strike. And we've got another Rampage coming up. 20 damage. Hell yeah. Show me Rampage. Really? Well, I'm going to go as defensive as possible and then Rampage next turn for the kill. Really? Rampage is the bottom card of my deck, by the way. Garbage. Meat on the bone. If your HP is at or below 50% at the end of the combat, heal 15 HP. Heal 12 HP, rather. I'm going to keep this deck as thin as possible, so I do have the possibility of removing enough cards to make it viable for one of the win conditions at the very end. That one couldn't have been easier as an opening. Beautiful. Bottled Flame. Perfect. There's dual wield. Fuck off. Really? Ah. It's very late. We'll take dual wield and we're going to hope to try and pick up a... Gotta go this direction. We're gonna hope to pick up a Flash of Steel. Whenever an enemy dies, gain energy and draw one card. That's gonna keep us alive for a while. I need to upgrade Rampage. Great, I didn't get the curse. Perfect. Then we'll smith the Headbutt as well. We've just got dual wield there sitting in the wings waiting for if we happen to bumble our way into a different build. I do actually want to take 2 damage this fight, if at all possible. Beautiful. Because getting below half means that I'm going to heal by 12. So if I am... you know, at less than 52 HP, it's actually better if I'm at 40 or less so that I can heal back up. And now, unfortunately, instead of going for the elite, I'm going to have to go to the shop just so I can try and find the partner equipment. Nope. Come on. Nope. None of those really work with this. Let's just continue removing cards. Every shop need to remove a card because I can't guarantee that I'm going to have, like, the... What's the thing? You know, the thing. The peace pipe in order to remove my cards. Sure. 36 damage. Thanks for that. Rampage. Headbutt the Rampage back to the top of the deck. Defend. That's all this deck is basically built around. Just keep those Rampages going. Now, usually I would add more copies of Headbutt to this deck, but no. I'm not going to do that. I'd really prefer if I didn't have to do that. Alright, this will guarantee the kill next turn. Bye. Offering is really good. Not being able to use potions is fine. Yeah. We'll take Sozu. Now, Sozu, by the way, is now you can no longer obtain potions. So I can actually use all of the potions that I currently have. And I am well aware of that. Do not worry. Of course, it took me a while to get well aware of it, but it's fine. It's fine. There's 2 shots on this path. I'm going to go with the guaranteed options to remove cards from my deck. Strike. Headbutt to put Rampage back on top of my deck, which I instantly draw because I killed someone with the Gremlin Horn. Looking for Clash, and I'm looking for Feed so that I can keep my options open. Gonna put one on the grounds. The Headbutt kills there, so I'll actually Rampage, Headbutt. That'll allow me to draw the Rampage, play it. Strike, strike, strike. Beautiful. When I get a relatively high Rampage, I can also just resort to hitting that Rampage with a Dual Wield just to get some more damage out in the clutch. Flash of Steel. Remove. That's it. All cards now need to be removed from my deck. We've got Dual Wield. We've got Flash of Steel. We've even got a Headbutt if we desperately need it. Apotheosis and, like, Apotheosis, Rampage, Headbutt, those are going to be the things that I don't remove from my deck until the very end. Alright, offering. For this fight, I'm actually going to dual wield the Rampage. So that when I draw a Rampage, I'm not immediately saddened by it. Bash. We'll Headbutt a Rampage back to the top of the deck. We'll Flash of Steel. Hopefully it's low cost. It is. I can save myself 7 HP here by using a Fire Potion. Let's do it. This fight's going to be a bit more rough. Dual wield Flash of Steel. Flash, flash, flash. We'll Rampage. Headbutt the Rampage back to the top of the deck. Flash, which will draw us a card. So you can see if I played the dual wield on the Flash of Steel there, I would have been able to continue. Beautiful. Nope. We'll upgrade Offering so that we can use it to draw into the Apotheosis faster. Rampage, Headbutt, Offering. I'll strike and then Rampage. Beautiful. Gonna dual wield the Flash of Steel. Bash, flash, flash, flash. Damn it. Just a moment too late, friend. Just a wee moment too late. Rampage. Headbutt the Rampage back to the top of the deck. And now I can use this as my win condition while I'm waiting. Again, no. It's going to be real difficult to force me to take something. Now we'll upgrade Flash of Steel. After this, we just rest. Because the rest of these cards... Ice Cream. Energy is now conserved between turns. Hell yes. No, we don't need another card in our deck. Even though it's fine, but we don't need that one. Oh, fuck off. That's feed. Oh, shit. Let's think about it like this. I've got 13 cards in my deck. I'm going to lose the 5 or fewer cards unless I get Peace Pipe, and that's not likely. So I am going to add a feed to this deck. Remove a card. Damn it! Suddenly I immediately get the ability to remove a card. The fact that I hadn't had the ability to remove a card is why I did that. Damn. Nice. Apotheosis. Dual-wield the Flash of Steel. Let's just start going. Rampage. Headbutt. Put the Rampage back on top of the deck. Actually, just going to defend for 8 this time. This is an extremely smooth deck. It's just not the smoothest, is the big problem here. It could be smoother. I just need a better, a more consistent way to remove cards. No. Rampage, headbutt. Nope, shouldn't have used any energy that turn. I have Ice Cream. It does take me occasionally some time to remember that I have Ice Cream. Okay. It's offering here. Feed's now upgraded. There's an easy kill with it. We'll headbutt here to put the Rampage back on top of the deck. Flash of Steel to draw the Rampage. Play that Rampage. Flash and strike. And now we covered. I should have also just dual-wielded another one of my cards. Nope. It's so difficult to make this deck thinner right now, and I'm mad about it. We've run out of really good opportunities to remove cards from our deck. Like, the deck typically from this point on will only get fatter. Dual-wield the Flash of Steel. Rampage. Headbutt. I could have also just put the dual-wield back on top of the deck. Made more Flashes of Steel. That would have been a clever thing to do. Which is why I didn't do it, because I'm not that clever. I don't need to use feed for lethal this. I just want to thin out my deck. Flash of Steel. Beautiful. We'll dual-wield this Flash of Steel. Draws this card and gets us some extra energy. Rampage. Headbutt. Flash of Steel. Get that Rampage back. Beautiful. Actually going to bash here as well so that I can start really delivering that damage. Flash of Steel. I'm going to headbutt to put a Flash of Steel back on top of the deck so that I can draw more Flashes of Steel and play more Flashes of Steel. These defends are really clogging up the deck right now. You can see in that hand why I mean that. Alright. Rampage. Flash. Dual-wield the Flash. Flash, Flash, Flash. Oh, Flash again. Beautiful. Nope. Extremely no. I think it's none of these, right? Like, Astrolabe can remove 3 defense from my deck and upgrade them in something else. But, like, what am I going to want to keep? Got an Immolate, an Armaments, and a Flex. I guess the Immolate and the Flex are good to see. Like, I don't need them, but they're good to see. Take a wee bit of damage here. And offering. Apotheosis eventually, it actually very soon needs to be removed from this deck. There's another dual wield, perfect. Speed there. Time to start using some of these flashes. Let's headbutt a dual wield back to the top of the deck. With the Flash of Steel. See, here's the big problem we're going to run into. Enemies like this. Like, we don't really have that much defense in the deck, so how do we kill them? I'm going to just try and upgrade that Rampage. Yeah, I don't really have that many options about how to kill these spikers right now. You can ask my hand. Alright, let's hope things go better here. The answer to that question seems to have been pretty much no. I mean, I may as well just get some damage out. Alright, I'm going to headbutt back to the top of my deck. The dual wield. I'll then offering to draw it. Dual wield, Flash of Steel, Flex, and now we just go off. Draw a card, get extra energy. Rampage. Headbutt the Rampage back to the top of the deck. Draw it, immediately play it. And do I have another feed? I do. So I'll just wait until next turn to play that. Beautiful. Get a block potion that immediately gets removed from my deck. My potion slots. Nope. Alright, moving to the card from my deck. The Armaments and the Apotheosis. Like, the Apotheosis is, at this point, basically doing nothing. Armaments is doing a little more than Apotheosis, because I'll just play it in the same hand. Like, Apotheosis doesn't have any block. This has block. Never thought I'd see the day with the big boat coming my way. Removing a Apotheosis plus from my deck. What has happened? Okay. Build that Flash of Steel, and it is time to go. Rampage, headbutt. Rampage, Flash of Steel. Rampage, Flash of Steel. Oh, it's just delightful, don't you find? I'm gonna burn this defend out of my deck, make it a little more slick. Headbutt a dual wield back to the top of the deck so I can get some more flashes. Oh, look, another flash. Oh, look, a Rampage. Really? I didn't think that was going to happen. That we would run out of a deck. Thought we'd reached a point where that wasn't going to occur. Armament's going to block 3 damage there for us, or it could be thinned out of our deck to make way for better, more consistent lethals. Unfortunately, since we have 12 cards in our deck, the point of saturation we need to reach for the Flash of Steels to be all of the cards in our deck is a little much. And eventually we just get, like, unless we have... Exactly, every other card is going to be Flash of Steel. Unless we have... like a full hand of Flash of Steels. Rather, I mean a hand... A deck that only contains Flash of Steels. We can't guarantee that it's going to be infinite. Offering is great. It's really important. Oh, we don't even have a draw available to us right now. Yikes. Oh, all of the flashes? Really? Well, our next hand's gonna be good. Gotta hope it's gonna be good. Gosh. Alright. We'll Rampage there. Gonna Headbutt to put the Rampage back onto the top deck there. Flex is great. Getting back to those flexes is also really good. Rough. We tried a lot. Okay. That's not good. Didn't think we were going to be there for another turn. Choose your bracelet, sure. Nope. Don't want any of those. We've just rested to try and get some more HP back. Nope, do not have the ability to take any of those. Crumbs. Unceasing Top. Whenever you have no cards in your hand, draw a card. It is so important that we try and have no cards. We can't do it. It's... man. This deck could have been so amazing. I'm actually going to skip this fight because that fight could easily kill me. I don't know if the next space is going to be a shop, so instead I'm just going to spend all my money on the red mask. Applies 1 weak to all enemies. It's possible this space is a shop and I was wrong, but it wasn't a shop. Beautiful. All right, there's a defend. Actually, just going to rest. Who's my final fight? It is Donu and Decker, actually. By putting another headbutt in my deck, I make this deck a little faster. Now, let's check. Finish Donu with a feed. So it has to be the backliner that I have to finish with a feed. Got it. Drink my ancient potion so that it goes against and saves me my flex. Really not keen on having those days in my deck, as you might imagine. Rampage. Headbutt the Rampage back to the top of the deck. Offering to draw. Flex. Dual wield the Flashes of Steel. We'll start drawing with those first. I think we might be able to kill Donu with a feed, but I think we're dead immediately after we do that. No, I'm just dead right now. Ah. Yeah. I don't have the energy to also, like, dual wield and then play 3 feeds. If I did, I would have lethal here. God, that's garbage. Needed 3 more health there. That deck did not deserve that ending. The deck would have been so much better if we had more opportunities to remove cards. But the problem is, by taking cards to make sure that we survived so that we could get to the end of the game, we ended up with too many cards and it was impossible to remove them all. The Apotheosis easily could have been a wrong decision, but it did help us get through the start game a lot easier. And I think I would have possibly died on the second floor without that Apotheosis. So while a really, really cool deck, trying to play 2 constraints to have the ability to feed or to try and remove all but 5 cards from my deck made it really, really fragile. And it was running on a very thin line of, do I get the right opening hand? Yes or no? Go to hell or don't, pretty much. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves with this kind of muddled run that almost accomplished 2 different things, but in the end accomplished nothing. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.